Gjør klart til opptak. Fluffer?
No.
Please, 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 please.
You're still playing detective. How quick?
I can assure you that I can get to the bottom of this for an ever so professional fee.
Murder, missing treasure, ghosts.
9 lives, this one.
Hello, welcome to Unrestricted View Film Festival. My name's James Wren and I'm the festival director. Today I'm joined by Chris Quick, who is the writer, director and producer of Autumn Never Dies. Hi Chris, how you doing?
Hiya, how's things?
Good, thanks buddy, good. Before we talk about the film, I've been asking everyone, because obviously we've had an awful year. You know, how has that affected your work? Has that been something, have you managed to get some things done, or is it just ground everything to a halt?
No, we've kind of put a halt on things at the moment. We had a few ideas of things that we'd like to do after we did Autumn Never Dies, but at the moment when things are so restricted on sets and you can't, so many people in one room and whatnot, I think it's been good just to kind of take a step back and kind of re-evaluate scripts that we want to do and whatnot, and then maybe pick what we want to do as soon as things are up and running again.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, Autumn Never Dies. How did this come about? Because I mean, it's not your average film. So, you know, where did this idea come from? You know, how did it happen?
It started off basically that we had a feature film that we'd bought puppets for to do this sort of wee side joke in the film. And we'd realised we'd spent a wee bit of money on these puppets and we thought, well, we should maybe do something with them. So we did first of all, a short film called The Grayness of Autumn, which is the prequel to Autumn Never Dies. And we just kind of came up with the idea for a story of a sort of a love story where it would just be between two humans, but then we just substituted the two humans for puppets. Or in this case, it ended up just being one side puppet. And yeah, we didn't really expect it to do anything. We just kind of filmed it, you know, had a bit of a laugh and whatnot, and just thought, oh, we'll throw it into a festival just to see what kind of reaction it gets. And lo and behold, festivals in America, Australia, where else? There's other random places it turned up. You know, just suddenly, you know, we're going for this film. And we always thought that the Glaswegian accent didn't travel very well, but we were quite surprised that this actually got picked up. So fast forward a few years and we thought, oh, we could maybe do a wee sequel to that film. And I think we raised the money about 2016. We filmed the majority of the film probably over 2017, but then it kind of got stuck in post for one reason or another, and it took us quite a few years to get the film actually finished. But here we are now, 8 years after the original, so we finally got it ready for an international audience once again.
Well, no, it is fabulous and really interesting, you know, because yeah, I mean, it's just intriguing the way you've done it, and obviously the puppets interacting with you know, the humans. It's just a lovely concept. I really like it. So I mean, so the crew and the cast in it, were they in the original one as well? And did stuff follow through?
Yeah, I think almost about half of our cast came back for the second one. Obviously, without giving away some spoilers, there's some cast that couldn't come back for obvious reasons. And yeah, I think was it was a different cinematographer this time round, but Andy and myself were back in our roles as writers, producers. I was directing it again, and we brought in some new cast members as well, which is quite nice, just to kind of freshen things up a bit and kind of move the story on.
Lovely. So whereabouts was it shot? In Glasgow?
Yep, pretty much all shot in Glasgow. I don't think we filmed anywhere else, but no, kind of Glasgow and surrounding areas, but no, nowhere further afield than that.
And how long did it take to shoot?
It probably only took about 6 weeks originally to kind of complete, but then we obviously had to go back and do reshoots later the following year, and because of our cinematographer's availability, it kind of held things up. So it probably, on a larger scale, maybe took somewhere between, I don't know, probably up to half a year to film it in that sense, but obviously not continually shooting for that time, that whole period.
Right. And when did you finish? When was it delivered?
Like I say, we pretty much finished in 2017, but then it went into post, and there was a few issues we came across in post, and I'd changed job, unfortunately, in that time, and I was doing night shifts, so just trying to find the time to edit was just an absolute nightmare.
I know, it's the curse of the indie filmmaker, isn't it, post sometimes? I think you just sort of scrabbling around for pennies here and there, but also everyone has other jobs or has to do other stuff, you know. It's not, it's so yeah, I think every film that's made is an achievement, because you know how hard it is to get across the line. So what's next? Are you making another one? Is there a third in the is there a trilogy of these films?
We have a 2-series television show in the making.
Oh wow.
But it's whether obviously anybody decides to take that up is the question, you know. We've kind of touted the idea of Channel 4 as potentially being a front runner, as somebody who we think is the most likely to show it. So yeah, at the moment it's a television show we like the idea of. If not, I don't know where the series kind of goes from that. We did like the idea of doing a spin-off of Callahan and Horse, which features in the film. So that's obviously another front runner if we were to do maybe a feature-length film. I think it would maybe be that, with some kind of nods to Autumn Never Dies with the puppet characters.
Fantastic. So yeah, so I love that idea. I think, you know, I mean, it really does have the ingredients to be a series. I think, you know, that late night Channel 4, just sort of, you know, craziness. It's got that to it, but also it's got heart. You know, you end up caring for these puppets very much, and worrying for them. You know,
I think it's that kind of whole innocence with puppets as well, and then when you just make them sort of foul, potty mouthed and stuff, it just the fun is just endless with them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, I'll ask one more question. This is kind of I suppose, as a writer, director, producer, I would go sort of director, I suppose. Do you have a favorite director? Someone you know inspires you?
No, I don't think I necessarily do. I've never kind of seen myself as a director. It's always kind of been editor first, if anything.
You know that, right?
Yeah, well, in name only, maybe, but
I've seen proof. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I've always kind of seen myself as editor first, and I probably haven't really kind of gone after like following directors to some extent. So no, I wouldn't say there was a sort of front runner for my favorite director.
Okay, all right. About favorite film, anything like that? Something that inspires you in that direction?
Favorite film is possibly Drive, I think.
Okay.
I think that is just one of the most phenomenal films of the last, or certainly in the 21st century anyway. It's just I think it's flawless.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, guys. My doorbell going. Sorry, that's going to probably happen a couple of times now. It's not for me. It's my neighbour downstairs. But yeah, I mean, thank you so much for chatting to us. You can see Autumn Never Dies. It's part of Long Shorts 2, which is on Saturday, the 1st of May. Sorry. It's on Saturday, the 1st of May. You can get tickets at unrestrictedview.co.uk or uvff.co.uk. Thank you so much for chatting to us today, Chris. It's been great to talk to you, and well done again on a brilliant film.
Oh, thank you very much. And
Cheers. All right, I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Cheers.
And I'll let you get your door.
It's not for me. I mean, it was just I've got the obvious bell. That's the problem. All right, buddy. Thanks very much for chatting.
Oh.
Cheers.
No, thank you, and like I say, thank you again for including us in the festival. It's been great.
Absolute pleasure. Cheers, buddy.
Cool.